Chapter 4. The Search. It was a long afternoon. Luna and her mother searched the neighborhood, called their friends, knocked on all the doors of the neighborhood, and not a trace of Spook could be found. No one had seen him. They felt lost. Finally, later in the afternoon, Father came home and was quickly involved in their dilemma. He suggested that they start driving down all the streets close to home and then extend the search as far as Luna's school. It seemed more and more hopeless as the hours went by and the sky started to darken with evening approaching. Father called the police and all the veterinarian offices, as well as the animal control office. No one had even heard of a big white dog being either lost or found. Where was Spook? During and after supper, there was near silence. Nobody had any more ideas of what to do or where to look. Not having Spook nearby as they ate was unsettling. Without realizing it, each of them would occasionally look around, expecting to see that big white dog looking back, probably wondering how their food tasted and when was he going to be allowed to try out some. Their memory could see him licking his lips, sending a message that he wanted some also. After all, in Spook's mind, he was one of them, an equal part of the family. At bedtime, Luna entered her room, giving it a complete visual search, just in case they had all missed old Spook somehow. But he wasn't there. His bed was imprinted with his body, and in Luna's imagination, Spook was somehow looking back at her, waiting patiently for his goodnight caress. More than ever, Luna realized that Spook was more than a pet. He was her companion that she could always talk to, always ruffle his fur absent-mindedly, and always count on to warn or defend her, no matter what. It was hard to sleep not knowing where Spook was sleeping or if he was safe and uninjured. But when sleep finally came, he came back to her in her dreams, the big, harmless goofball of a dog who had boundless energy and endless love in his heart. Spook had learned all the commands that Luna knew could be given, and more. Big old Spook seemed to have extraordinary perception of her moods, not approaching her when she was angry or tense, but pressing against her and looking her anywhere when she was sad or hurt. Luna awakened with coming dawn, fully expecting to see the big white head to be resting near her pillow, waiting patiently for her to look his way. But then she remembered. Spook wasn't there, and there was an increasing chance that he would never be there again. She sat up and looked at the wall while she thought it out. They had to run a search using the net and paper, a missing dog report, and she also recalled that Spook was not wearing his collar the day he went missing. She had taken it off because it was irritating his neck. He had no identifying tags, so if he were found, there was no way of knowing where he belonged. Luna put her hands to her face and wept abundant tears. It was her fault Spook was gone, and there was no undoing.